Whoops, my bad. Good morning, fellow Americans. I just forgot to place this before I started. But here we go. I'm announcing that freedom for Roger Stones now. Here's the number to call, 202-456-1414. All you people that can call out there, call and have this hero. This guy is a hero. He's innocent, in prison just for denouncing the corruption in the Democrat Party and their scheme and the murderous scheme of the now, instead of Democrat Party, the CPUSA. That's what they have turned into, Communist Party, United States of America. We want him free now. Roger Stone free. Donald Trump, free the man. The man is innocent. His only crime was being a loyal conservative and a true patriot. He should be freed. Free Roger Stones. Freedom, freedom now. Talking about freedom, thank God. 4 of the innocent political prisoners of Cuba were free today. Only 4 of them. There's over 100 of them. The 4 of them, maybe it amounts to like about 122 that are left in the prisons. Here, I'm going to show you a photo of them. There's Jose Daniel Ferrer Garcia. And the rest of these other 3 political prisoners, whose name I just can't remember. They have the name right there, but I just can't hardly see with my glasses. My eyesight is getting, according to age, you know what happens, it deteriorates. But there's Jose Daniel Ferrer on the top right corner. And I just don't remember the name of the other ones, but they're all innocent. They're just members of the opposition party, members of UNPACO. They call UNPACO, Unión Nacional Patriótica de Cuba, something like that. I don't know if I said it right. I hope I did. These people are innocent. They should be in the streets free. The ones that should be in prison are the communists that have destroyed, just like they did in Venezuela, which Trump has the Sixth Fleet ready to charge into Venezuela. After that, they should go to Cuba too. It's another narco regime that should be invaded and wipe out the communists that had destroyed the island. An island that used to be, before Fidel Castro took power, the communists took power, it was a pearl. Cuba used to be a pearl. Things were cheap. Transportation was running beautifully. Everything was running great. Even the dollar, the Cuban dollar, was over the American dollar by 1 cent. That means a lot. That shows that capitalism does work. Communism destroys and murders its population and destroys the country. And they do it on purpose because they're all thieves and murderers. That's what the communists are. And they are the same one that have taken over the Democrat Party. Now it's the CPUSA. It's no longer the Democrat Party. Now it's a corrupt, evil criminal syndicate. That's what the Democrat Party has turned into, a criminal, communist, Islamic, terrorist, criminal syndicate. That's what it is now, right now. They lie through their teeth. They're conspiring to destroy America. They want to benefit illegals who are in the United States illegally. Yes, that's what they are. They want to rob the elections by putting in voting by mail. Who ever seen that? They want to destroy our Second Amendment, the right to bear arms against tyranny. Why? Because they want to impose tyranny. That's what they want to do. Wake up, America. Wake up, liberals. Okay, let's go to the news from Pakistan. I don't know, if, well, at least the older generation can remember this. The death sentence of Muslim who beheaded journalist Daniel Pearl. I don't know if many of you have remember. Maybe a lot of you maybe have forgotten or don't care. Is overturned. Sentence reduced to 7 years. Pearl's life wasn't worth anything to them. That's what our lives in the Islamic countries are worth. Nothing. That's how it works. I'm going to try to be as short as I can. I'm going to put the most important videos because I got a lot to show here. Let me keep on going because of from the religion of peace, like I always put down on the last one. Iran, Hezbollah used Mexican drug cartels to infiltrate U.S. Did you hear that? Donald Trump, did you hear that? I hope you're noticing that. You know, something has to be done real quick. We can't have no mercy with terrorists. They need to be blown away. Use drones, anything, blow them away. No pity. Look what's happening in Greece with Erdogan from Turkey having Muslims invade Greece. What happened? Greece don't have any drones loaded through their teeth, so they can send them one, or electrify the fence, or put mines. Or even better, send in a Gatling gun, or I don't know what they call it right now, I forgot, a machine gun nest, and just blow them away. Blow them away. They're trying to invade. They're trying to attack and kill. Blow them away. Then deal with the courts, with the international courts later, and say, well, you kill all. Well, what you want us to do? Let them invade and take over our country? And enforce and murder people by mass? The hell with you. The hell with the court, the international court. No, we had to kill them, period. They didn't. You don't like it? Hey, why don't you take them in your house? You don't like what we did? Well, take the Muslims and put them in your house with your children, with your daughters, and your wife. Yeah, do that. If you don't like it, do that. Show us how warm-hearted you are. Like these girls that went over to Islamic countries thinking they want to receive them with open arms, and they came back without a head. Let's go to the next one. George Soros. Why isn't this guy in prison? George Soros. Groups pushing Democrat scheme for mail-in voting. Oh, he loves this. He loves everything that will destroy America. Everything that can be a scam or a fraud to destroy America. That's what this socialist, who used to be a member of the National Socialist movement in Germany, I think in World War II, I don't know if it's true, because according to his age, he didn't qualify to be a soldier or something, but I think he was a youth, one of these youth members. Even though he's Jewish, he managed to live through it. And this evil entity, like a lot of evil entities there are, because there's Jews that are communists too, Bernie Sanders. You know, there's evil in all groups, in all ethnic groups. You have evil people. There has to be a stop put to that. Yeah. Why not put him in prison? Who the hell is he? He's better than us? Us abiding American citizens? And he can't be touched, just like Hillary? Well, let's see, because I'm hearing some good news. I hope before she passes away, she can meet justice here on earth, be arrested and put in prison for all her crimes. including her husband. Okay. Nancy Pelosi, if you want to read, because there's a lot of videos. The videos I want to put down because the videos speak 1,000 words. And but there's a lot. Like I say, if you want it, my page is full today is full. So go to my blog, write down Eduardo Rodriguez. I pledge allegiance to the flag. There's a whole bunch of news there, international and local. Ilhan Omar, hundreds of thousands could die because of Trump's coronavirus and companies. This lady should be in prison. And she smiles. She knows how stupid the system is. And she's getting away with murder. She marries her brother just in order to get her brother in and get her nationalized. These people are corrupt to the core. Send her back. Deport her. Arrest her and deport her. What kind of law we have that the criminals, those who break the law, can't be accused or can't pay the price? Only people innocent who haven't broken the law, like Roger Stone, are the only ones who go to prison? My question. Let's go to the next one. Rush Limbaugh said it really good. Democrats salivating over coronavirus as opportunity to decapitate U.S. economy. The communists. The only people who want to decapitate the economy are the communists. Why? Because they can enslave you. They can enslave all of us. They have it in the palm of our hands. They're taking away our Second Amendment in some states. People who have defended them are being accused. Instead of those who went and robbed or commit the crime are out in the streets, doing just fine. They charge the person who defended his property. This happened in the news, I think I put down the other day. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to go to a real good video, like always. Mark Dice, he's my favorite.
Adam Schiff has crawled out from the pit of hell that he's been living in to draft some new legislation hoping to set up a coronavirus commission to investigate what he sees as President Trump's poor and slow response to the coronavirus pandemic. Well, since you brought it up, I know exactly where you can start looking, Schiff, for brains.
For the vast majority of New Yorkers, life is going on pretty normally right now. We want to encourage that. Look, there's very little threat here. This disease, even if you were to get it, basically acts like a common cold or flu. And transmission is not that easy. I think there's been a misperception. And we've said, even if, God forbid, we found a case in a school, we're not shutting down all our schools. We're not even shutting down that school long term.
Well, that certainly turned out to be the wrong advice, but maybe the New York City Department of Health saw things differently. Here's the New York City Health Commissioner, Dr. Barbot.
The important thing for New Yorkers to know is that in the city currently, their risk is low and our city preparedness is high. So we're telling New Yorkers, go about your lives, take the subway, go out, enjoy life. We also know that if it were likely to be transmitted casually, we would be seeing a lot more cases.
Right, because this is New York and you're in elevators and trains with everybody on. Thanks for that sound advice, Doctor. And for you millennials out there, be sure to lick some toilet seats for some Instagram likes. Do you have any other advice that now you wish you wouldn't have given New Yorkers?
There is no reason not to take the subway, not to take the bus, not to go out to your favorite restaurant, and certainly not to miss the parade next Sunday. I'm going to be there.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm sure that parade was a lot of fun. The parade that she was talking about was Chinatown's Lunar New Year parade, and by not attending, that would have been racist. Chairman of New York City's Council of Health, Mark Levine, tweeted out some photos of the parade and said that the people showed a powerful defiance of the coronavirus scare and said that if you're staying away, you're missing out. Oh, they missed out all right, and you sure showed that virus who's boss, sir.
It's exciting to be here, especially at this time, to be able to be unified with our community.
If Trump would have done it, they would want a request prison time for Trump.
We're, again, careful, safe.
But they do it, and it's okay.
Come join us.
Of course, there's an endless supply of
I hope she
mainstream
gets it.
reports, all saying that it would be no big deal. Fox, the waste of cyberspace, deleted this tweet, denying that it would be a pandemic at all. The Associated Press asked, is this new virus going to be more deadly than the flu? No. Surely we can trust the World Health Organization, however, who reported, quote, preliminary investigations conducted by the Chinese authorities have found no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission of the novel coronavirus 2019, identified in Wuhan, China. I'll remember that when you tell us that we have to take the vaccine that you hastily created, or we can't get on an airplane or step foot into a restaurant. When President Trump said that masks were reportedly disappearing from some New York hospitals and suggested that they might have been stolen, the mainstream media denounced him for spreading a conspiracy theory.
Something's going on, and you ought to look into it as reporters. Where are the masks going? Are they going out the back door?
He made this claim that there seem to be masks that are disappearing from New York, perhaps out a back door, he suggested. We want to make sure we point out he suggested this without any evidence. We are, of course, working to fact check those claims, but I was hoping to get your response to what the president had to say along those lines.
Well, I think his allegations about New York hospitals were beyond absurd. I talked to most of our hospital heads throughout New York City and the state, and I can tell you their hospital personnel are the heroes at this moment.
We're not doubting their bravery, Senator Gillibrand, but sometimes people steal things that are in high demand, especially during desperate times. Of course, the Democrats didn't call it a conspiracy theory when Fredo's brother, Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, raised those same concerns a week earlier.
One of the things we've heard from healthcare professionals, there have been thefts of medical equipment and masks from hospitals, believe it or not. Not just people taking a couple or three, just actual thefts of those products. I've asked the state police to do an investigation, look at marketplaces that are selling masks, etc., medical equipment, protective wear, playing into this, exploiting the anxiety.
But don't worry, folks. Joe Biden has offered to call President Trump to give the White House his opinion on what they should be doing about the pandemic. Poor old Joe must be getting cabin fever, but to keep himself busy, he's making YouTube videos from his home office, and sometimes they get more than 15,000 views. You know, they say when you retire, you should find a hobby that you enjoy to help keep yourself busy. So I'm really proud of you, Joe. I never thought we'd be fellow YouTubers, Joe. I mean, what's next? Are you going to put out your own merch? Oh, wait, what's this? It's the Joe Biden store at joebiden.com. Look at that, for $30, you can get your Joe Biden for President t-shirt. That's kind of expensive, Joe. My shirts are only $19.95 at markdice.com. And look at this beauty. I might have to hire this graphic designer to make some of my shirts. Joe and Beto and Amy and Pete, Corey and Kamala and me beat Trump. Wow, for $30, that's sure a bargain. Personally, I like my shirts better, and they cost a third less. So if you want to order yourself a Liberalism Finding Cure shirt, and I Love Global Warming shirt, or any of my awesome designs, head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.
Mark Dice is just great. Okay. Let's see this one here. I hope it's not too long. It's not too. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it was a very, very
Here
big
we go.
mistake. Fox Business Network decided to part ways with their host, Trish Reagan. Quick note before we go into the details, if you're watching for the first time, I want to welcome you and invite you to join the over 1.32 million people who call Next News their home for conservative news and opinion by tapping that red subscribe button down below and tap that notification bell. The story from Michael Chance at the American Lookout reports that the Fox Business host Trish Reagan recently came under fire for pointing out how the left was and is politicizing the CV crisis against President Trump. He writes that we've seen numerous examples of what Reagan was talking about. She was absolutely correct, yet the network has decided to part ways with her. Now, the clip in question, we're only going to play about a minute of it. The longer clip's about 5 minutes. You can find it online, but let's take a look at what was so controversial that caused her to get fired.
Good evening, everyone. I am Trish Reagan. The hate is boiling over, many in the liberal media using, and I mean using, coronavirus in an attempt to demonize and destroy the president. I see. This is impeachment all over again. And like with the Mueller investigation, like with Ukraine Gate, they don't care who they hurt. Whether it be their need to create mass hysteria to encourage a market sell-off, unlike anything we've seen recently, or whether it be to create mass hysteria in order to stop our economy dead in its tracks. Don't kid yourself. They told us how much they crave a recession as a way to get rid of Donald Trump. Of course, these are people's jobs that the left does not mind seeing them lose. These are people's 401ks that are being decimated. And that's okay with them? That's okay with the left? Yeah. In some ways, they almost seem to be cheering it on.
Yeah, they are. They are cheering it on. They want to see America destroyed. They said it. They said, oh, we want a recession because if a recession happens, then the economy's going to go to hell and then President Trump won't win re-election. So you can guarantee they are cheering on every single moment of this. She points it out and then she gets fired for it. Now, if you compare that to the awful things that people in liberal media say every day, this is nothing. Fox Business made a huge, huge mistake here. Reagan is extremely popular among Trump's supporters. And I enjoy her commentaries. I enjoy watching her program. And I sure hope that she finds a new home at a new network. I don't think I can afford her personally, but I think maybe, just maybe, they should reconsider. Absolutely reconsider. Comment below.
Maybe she ought to sue
for
too,
the Next News Network.
because there's no reason for firing her for saying the truth.
About most browsers, Chrome, Firefox, and Safari.
I hope she could
they are
sue
sending users
the hell out of Fox. Well, there's a whole bunch. I don't think I'm going to put all of them, but there's a lot. Let's see if I can put them. I guess some of them are just, or all of them, all are short. Pelosi was trying to put what in the, okay, let's see this one here. Pelosi. Or like in, I think News Network, they call her Pelosi. Bela Lugosi, I mean, Lugosi. She acts just like that even.
Well, a lot of people have a lot of questions about the spending bill that Congress finally passed. It took a while. First, there was the difficulty of getting some of the Democrats in the House to go along with the president's plan, and even the plan that the Senate had passed. And then once it kind of got agreed to, there was one Republican congressman in Kentucky that, well, he kind of messed it all up too, because he wanted everybody to be there to personally vote on it. That required a lot of heavy lifting and a delay of another couple of days. But a lot of people have expressed their concerns as to what Nancy Pelosi tried to put in the bill. I think we're going to find out there's stuff in there that shouldn't have been. Quite frankly, Congress never does a bill that we all love. But there was some stuff that thankfully didn't get in the bill. Let me give a few examples. There was going to be tax credits for solar and wind energy. It has nothing to do with the virus and the pandemic, or a tougher fuel emission standard for airlines, or maybe new collective bargaining powers for unions. How does that affect your personal health? We have $1 billion for the Obama phone program to be resurrected. I know that'll make you feel healthier. But the one that was most offensive was money for Planned Parenthood. Quite frankly, I'm delighted that a lot of governors across the nation have deemed that an abortion is not an essential service, and they've closed abortion clinics in their state. Because if you can't see your optometrist or your barber, or go to the nail salon, or go to the massage therapist that you're used to going to, or even your own personal physician, how on earth would it ever be okay to take the life of an unborn child? Fortunately, there were enough people in Congress who helped make sure that didn't make the cut. But folks, we got to keep our eyes on these folks. They're wanting to spend trillions more of your dollars. And if we're not careful, they sure won't be. And some of it could be disastrous. In a second, I'm going to get to the scandalous relationship between China and the World Health Organization. But first, if you're enjoying our content and you want to see more videos like this one, just hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell next to it. You know, there has been a lot of controversy over whether we should call this the China virus. I don't know why it should be controversial. After all, you've heard of the German measles. You've heard of things like SARS, which was Southeast Asia Respiratory Syndrome. We've long identified various pandemics by where they originated. It has nothing to do with race. And in fact, let me be very blunt with you. This is about place, not race. And nobody can dispute that the coronavirus, this version of it, originated in China. But the bigger concern I have is not so much about where it originated, but how much the Chinese government hid from us that ultimately, I believe, will cost hundreds of thousands of human lives. Maybe we've learned that globalism isn't all it's cracked up to be. Maybe we've learned that the president was right all along when he said that we shouldn't trust China. We shouldn't depend upon them for making our medicines and for making medical supplies, and for that matter, making most everything that we've been using. And perhaps we finally learned that America is better when the strength of America comes from within. I think this is going to reshape our economy, ultimately in a good way, even though we're going to go through a long period of pain. The pain is going to be because we have depended upon China. They're not happy with the fact that we've caught them in the act of lying to the rest of the world about the nature and the significance of this disease. I don't think we know yet. Perhaps we will never know how many people actually died in the Wuhan province or the rest of China. But thank goodness the president did stop travel from China into the United States back on January the 31st, because if he'd waited, this pandemic could have been even worse. And I can't think of how it could be much worse than it already is. By the way, one of the things we've learned is that the World Health Organization is perhaps as worthless as a milk bucket under a bull. The World Health Organization, which is supposed to be a monitor on good health, has done nothing but praise the Chinese government. And you wonder how much money the Chinese government must have given to them to think somehow they've done a good job. What we hope is that we will do a good job keeping up with the facts, making sure that you're informed and that you stay healthy. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you did like it, and leave a comment below, and then hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that YouTube will tell you.
It's another great source of news. So subscribe. And let's go to the next one. And make sure it doesn't last too long, because if it lasts too long, that's a lot.
The left will take any opportunity they can, even in the middle of a crisis, to trash President Trump, to trash members of his administration. And that goes for Susan Rice as well. Getting woke on Mike Pompeo during an MSNBC interview. We've got the clip. We're going to show it to you in a moment. Before I do, if you are new to the Next News Network, allow me to welcome you and invite you to subscribe by tapping that red button down below. Just make sure you hit that notification bell. The story from Red State News, that report, why won't Susan Rice just go away? That's the most obvious question that comes to mind after watching her trash Secretary of State Mike Pompeo
over his calling the current Chinese-caused virus the Wuhan virus. Yeah, watch this.
Secretary Pompeo has seemingly backed down a little bit from what he has been referring to as the Wuhan virus. We've seen this after a call between President Trump and President Xi in China, but it did, the Wuhan virus meme that came from Pompeo did break up a G7 foreign ministers call last week where they couldn't reach agreement on steps forward because of the insistence by the American Secretary of State that this be blamed on China.
Andrea, it's shameful. I mean, for the United States to be race baiting and to be a virus which never has a flag, can't have a flag, as being the provenance of one country, is designed to be divisive. It's designed to stigmatize people of Asian descent. And it's certainly not the way the leadership of the United States, the Secretary of State, the President of the United States ought to be behaving in the best of times, but certainly not in a crisis. The reality is that viruses can arise in any corner of the globe and spread to any corner of the globe. In 2009, when we were dealing with the swine flu pandemic, that arose in North America, in Mexico, and then in the United States before it spread across the planet. So it doesn't serve us well. It doesn't serve the objective of squelching the virus globally to brand it in nationalistic or xenophobic or racist terms. We all have to work together on this. We can stamp out this virus effectively, eventually in the United States. China may be able to do that on its side of the world, but if it's not stamped out everywhere, it will come back, be resurgent, and be our problem yet again. So the reality of this is we have a global problem. It's worse in the United States right now. It's worse, frankly, than it needed to be, given the lack of preparedness, given the lack of focus, given downplaying of the threat, a lost 2 months where the administration didn't take the time that we could have utilized to put in place the mechanism so that...
Okay. I had enough. All right. Susan Rice, she's another despicable character. Obviously, what you call it the Wuhan virus, you call it the Chinese virus, and that's somehow racist. What does that have? How does it have any bearing on anything? Okay, the reality is that's where it started. That's where it originated from. Okay, and just like other viruses, the Ebola virus is named after the river. Okay, the Spanish flu, named after where it started. It's absolutely shameful. This is disgusting. Then right here, what's shameful is lying to the American people multiple times about a terrorist attack because Rice and her administration were trying to cover up their screw-ups. What's shameful is setting the Middle East on fire by bombing Libya and then pulling out of Iraq improperly. What's shameful is letting children be gassed in Syria while Obama and his cohorts, such as Rice, handed the country to Russia to appease Putin. Like Obama himself, Rice is your typical do-nothing who would rather wax poetic than do the right thing. Her attack on Pompeo was woke social justice nonsense, and it has no place in the current discussion. People are dying, and no one cares whether it's called the Wuhan virus, the Chinese virus, or whatever. They continue here. What is making matters worse? What matters is making sure the communists pay a price for this and don't release something like this into the world again. Comment below. We'll see you with the next report for the next news network.
Okay.
Thank you for watching that report. You know, it's been
Well, there's a lot.
99%
I might not be able to do all of them. It was just a lot. Yep, there's a lot. Well, no, there's just too much. Too much. There's a lot of videos. Like I said, go to my blog. I pledge allegiance to the flag, and you can see them all. It's all there. I want to just put one more here. I want to put this one because it just makes my day.
All right,
This will be the last
latest
one.
ratings for CNN are out, and let's just say they are beyond embarrassing. I mean, there's just no other word that could even come close to describing how bad CNN's ratings are. part of a pattern signaling the inevitable demise of the mainstream Marxist media. You're going to absolutely love it. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here. Certainly hope you're all safe and sound on this lovely lockdown Friday. Before we get into the latest ratings fail for CNN, a quick note to make sure to click on the link below and check out the video that we just did on our brand new Turley Talks Insiders Club. I think you're absolutely love what we have to offer there. And you'll definitely want to be a part of this international fellowship of conservatives from all over the world, just like you, share a passion to see our conservative values triumph everywhere. You're going to absolutely love it. And finally, we've got a very important message for all of you business owners out there. As you know, we look out for each other on this channel. And so if you own a business or if you know someone who has a small business and is really feeling the effects of this pandemic crunch, we have a great friend and supporter of this channel who's here to help. Our good friend Brant Frost and his awesome team over at First Liberty are here to help get you one of the new emergency SBA payroll protection program loans so that you can keep your business going and your employees working. They are so awesome and they're one of us, and they're here to serve and help you during these trying times. So make sure to click on the link below and go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com. In as little as 24 hours, they can get you approved for a loan. Again, that's firstlibertyga.com. Make sure to tell them Dr. Steve sent you. You'll be glad that you did. All right, let's dive right in here, gang. Again, just when you thought things could not possibly get worse for the fledgling news network CNN, well, they did. The numbers are out for Q1, the first quarter, and things frankly couldn't be more dire for the king of all fake news. Here's how bad things are for CNN. You ready for this? For the whole of Q1, so January to March, for the whole of Q1, not a single show on CNN placed in the top 20 news programs. Not one. You can see it for yourself. I want you to reflect on this. I want you to think about this for a moment. CNN, the supposed most trusted name in news, CNN, the groundbreaking 24/7 cable news outlet of Ted Turner, this most trusted name in news, groundbreaking network, they don't have a single show that made it in the top 20. Not one. The best they were able to do was to place 22nd with Lead with Jake Tapper. The Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer came in at 23rd. Anderson Cooper came in at 24th. Fredo Cuomo, Coronavirus Cuomo came in at 26th. He fell behind one slot. He was 25th last year. Perhaps worst off, CNN Tonight with Don Lemon. He came in at an embarrassing 34th. But the good news is that Don Lemon is improving. He was 35th last year. Now he's 34. So, hey, at this rate, Don Lemon, you keep going, you will be in the top 20 in just 15 years. Now, this embarrassment, and it is an embarrassment, make no mistake about that. CNN continues to promote itself as if it were the 1990s, as if it were a major cable news network, and it can't even break the top 20 with a single show. So this embarrassment, we have to understand, has been going on all the while Fox News has completely come out to dominate cable television. You ready for this? And by the way, I know a lot of you don't like Fox. I get it. And in full disclosure, I rarely watch Fox News. I go to their website probably daily, but I don't watch them. Maybe once or twice a quarter. I just don't watch a lot of TV. I do like to watch Tucker Carlson a lot. I catch him on YouTube, but nevertheless, we have to understand that among the choices in cable news, Fox still is the most conservative among them. For all their issues, I do think we have to acknowledge that. And Fox News has just come out to completely and totally dominate cable news. Check this out. Out of the top 10 news shows, out of the top 10, Fox News has an astonishing 8 shows. That's just incredible. I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. That's absolutely astonishing. 8 out of the top 10 cable news programs are on Fox News. All right, that's utterly astonishing. You ready for this? Out of the top 20, 14 are Fox News programs. 14 of the top 20. I mean, that's ratings dominance, pure and simple. But when it comes to CNN, we're frankly seeing the opposite. You know, even Ted Koppel, the legend of journalism, right? Even Koppel has noticed this. He mocked CNN relatively recently, that if it weren't for Trump, their ratings would be in the tank. He publicly laughed at CNN. CNN's ratings couldn't be worse. I think Kamala was being nice. Their ratings are already in the tank. Weekly basic cable rankings have found that CNN's lost over a fifth of their audience over the past year. They've gone down 21% overall, and they're already minuscule audience. In terms of primetime viewership, particularly lost 16% of their audience. Things are so bad for CNN that we can't even recall the last time CNN broke past the million viewers threshold on average for their general primetime lineup. Their primetime viewership remains on average in the hundreds of thousands, which is YouTube level. YouTubers with webcams get hundreds of thousands of viewers, not multi-million-dollar news corporations. They're multi-million precisely because they supposedly serve multi-millions, which leads us to the question, how much longer will CNN be a multi-million-dollar company? If you're not serving multi-millions anymore, I just don't see where the money is coming from it. But again, just to give you a sense of how bad things are for CNN, for the primetime hours, the ratings for CNN consistently finish behind channels like TLC, Discovery Channel, Hallmark Channel, the Food Network. And what's really embarrassing is that CNN can't even remotely hide this anymore. Many are noticing CNN's losses really are nothing short of overwhelming. In fact, Don Lemon has publicly said he may be leaving CNN. Now, his excuse was that
he does them a favor.
It's just become too toxic and he can't really handle it anymore. But you do have to wonder, is it that the political world's too toxic, or is it that the viewership at CNN isn't making dealing with the toxicity worth it anymore, right? Now, did you know that CNN is even losing their airport monopoly? I mean, again, if you thought things could get worse, the airport monopoly was the only thing, right? Those TV monitors in airport terminals was the only thing they had, but now even that's going. You have to check out this video we did on that by clicking on the link above. It's just too good. The one consolation CNN always had was that they could spew their leftist globalist propaganda to travelers stuck in an airport terminal, and then falsely claim they have hundreds of millions of viewers to their advertisers, right? Now, even that one consolation is being taken away from them. And this is at least partly why CNN has had to lay off hundreds of workers recently. Again, we did a video on that, which you're going to absolutely love, how CNN and other left-wing news outlets have had to lay off more workers in a single year of 2019 than they have had to over the last 4 to 5 years combined, gang. Just click on the link at the top left of the video. I'll link it down below for you as well in the pinned comment section for your reference. Yeah, I mean, we have to see that CNN simply can't continue to have a major primetime show like, Don Lemon, for example, that's stuck in the mid-30s in terms of the Nielsen ratings. I mean, that's the ratings that Turner Classics are getting. That's not a major cable news network. So anyway, we never tire here on this channel celebrating the inevitable implosion of CNN, and I'm glad to say that when it comes to embarrassing examples, CNN never, ever disappoints. Now, before you go, speaking of embarrassments, you definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on CNN's Jim Acosta actually getting roasted. He gets destroyed by his own media colleagues. It's going to absolutely make your day. So make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.
Great. It was great. Enjoyed it. I hope you did too. So, like I always say, Donald Trump, you're doing a great job. Trying to arrest Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela, I applaud it. We need to get those communists. The communists are thieves. They're just thieves, criminals, murderers. They should be gone. And Venezuela should be liberated from that nightmare. So, I applaud what you're doing. But don't forget Cuba. Cuba has been more than 61 years. That's the center of the terrorist organization of this area of the atmosphere of between the Caribbean and South America. This is where the communists in Cuba are sending out their spies to destroy democracy and to rob and pillage other countries. So Donald Trump, we have to do something with Cuba. Thank God 4 prisoners, especially the leader of UNPACO, was freed. God bless. I've been praying for that, and thank God it was done. But we still need to do more, and that's free Cuba. Cuba needs its freedom. Now, it's been over 61 years of that nightmare, which started in 1959 with Fidel Castro, and it should be gone for good. So I always pray for you, Donald Trump. I always pray for your family. I always pray for your protection. God bless you. God bless the United States eternally. God bless our military. God bless Mike Pence and his family too. And God bless Israel eternally. I always say I stand with God and Israel eternally. So I'll see you guys soon. God bless everybody. Take care. Be safe. Until next time. Bye-bye.